Hello? Hello? Help? Help? So what if you don't have a cell phone to say hello to your family and friends? More importantly, an emergency. Today, you can find out an important topic, the Federal Lifeline Program. The Federal Lifeline Program serves as a vital lifeline for eligible individuals, offering essential services that promote connectivity and communication. It aims to ensure that everyone has access to affordable phone services and broadband connectivity. In this discussion, we will have to explore the various aspects of Federal Lifeline Program, including its purpose, eligibility criteria, and the benefits it provides. We will also examine the application process, available services and providers, and the role of Matthew Lawson as the dedicated individual who assists individuals in accessing these benefits. Join me as I uncover the significance of the Federal Lifeline Program and the positive impact it has to individual lives. Whether you're interested in learning more about the program, exploring eligibility, or seeking guidance on how to access these vital services, this discussion will equip you with the knowledge and the resources you need. For my Medicare segment, I will cover Medicare Part D coverage. I will discuss how to navigate during your prescription and drug coverage journey. Most people love to eat bread. As Filipinos, we have a bread we eat for breakfast and we call it pandesal. For my Healthy Senior segment, I found a video that will give you some tips on what type of bread to eat, especially if you have diabetes. And for my Medicare Q&A, I'm going to answer questions about Medicare Part D. So, no matter what state are you from or what work you've done, you must transition to Medicare at a certain point in your life. MariaCares has a mission to bring Medicare information right to your home. I'm your host, Maria Garcia, a licensed sales agent available to assist you with your Medicare concerns. This program is broadcasting in the wonderful city of Las Vegas, the city that is full of entertainment. So come on, let's join hands to a better health. Welcome to our discussion on the Federal Lifeline Program. Please meet Matthew Lawson, a dedicated professional who specializes in assisting individuals in obtaining the benefits of the Federal Lifeline Program. He has 10 years of experience in the communication industry where he worked as a manager. Matthew is committed to helping people navigate the application process and ensuring you receive the essential services you qualify for. With his experience and compassionate approach, Matthew plays a vital role in connecting eligible individuals with discounted phone services and broadband access. If you or someone you know is interested in accessing the Lifeline program or have questions regarding eligibility and enrollment, Matthew is here to provide the necessary guidance and support. Oh, hi, Matthew.
Hello, Maria. So excited to be here, by the way.
Yeah, welcome to MariaCares.
My mom watches every episode, so she's pretty excited to see me.
Oh,
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Matthew, please introduce yourself, and I'll ask you some questions about the Federal Lifeline Program.
Absolutely. My name is Matthew Lawson. I do community outreach traditionally for our senior communities. One of the things that I really discovered was a passion for helping them with the Federal Lifeline Program for the seniors. Before that, I was in 10 years with Verizon Wireless as an account executive and a manager in California and in Nevada. I helped them establish some retail locations. When I discovered the Federal Lifeline Program and how easy it is and how beneficial it could be for seniors and those on low income, it was kind of a no-brainer for me to get involved.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, so Matthew, how does the Federal Lifeline Program work and what services does it provide?
Sure. Well, it's a phenomenal program. I think initially the federal government was, they wanted to make sure that in case there's an emergency, that people with low income or maybe seniors that might have not have the access to cellular communication had the ability to make calls no matter what their income level would be. Yeah. So it's a phenomenal program. So what they did is basically they allow you to have the same service that you would have from one of the top tier service providers. However, if you fit the qualifications, there is no cost to you. So you would get all the benefits of the talk time anywhere in the United States with no long distance. You would have access to internet, so you get all the information if there's any emergencies or any information you just want to know. And it's completely unlimited. So they wanted to make sure
It's unlimited?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's completely unlimited, yeah.
That's nice. So what are the eligibility criteria for the Lifeline program?
So that's a great question. So typically the eligibility is any federal sponsored assistance program. Primarily, I tend to work more with the seniors and the senior communities. But so I work primarily with folks that have Medicaid or Medi-Cal in California. And folks who are on EBT or SNAP or the food benefits. However, I do work with some veterans, so if you have a VA pension, you would qualify for that. Folks with Section 8 as well, and income based on 135% of the federal national average, you can actually qualify based on your income as well.
Yeah, so are there specific like requirements or documentation needed?
Well, that's a great question. So this program is so simple. As long as you have one of those benefits, and primarily when I'm dealing with seniors, I'm looking more for the Medicaid or the EBT and the VA pension is what I primarily deal with myself. In those situations, they don't need their Medicaid card, they don't need an EBT or a SNAP card. All they need is a valid driver's license or ID. So as long as it's a federally state ID that's not expired, we basically simply take the name and the information on there and we input it into the system. It goes back into the system and verifies that they do have the assistance, the Medicaid, the EBT. As long as it comes back instantly, it'll say that they're approved. And that's how simple it is.
Yeah, instantly they get approved.
Yeah, within a matter of minutes. One thing I do see is if it can get a little bit more where if folks have a VA pension, to verify that, I do need like a pension letter, or they'll need a pension letter with your name and address here for your VA pension. But that's pretty much all that would be needed outside of just a regular unexpired ID.
So, if you're a veteran, automatically you qualify irregardless of how much money, or you still have to be on the 135%?
No, that's a great question. As long as they have the VA pensions and they're getting that, then they would get approved.
Oh, irregardless how. Oh, God.
Yes.
Okay, so how can someone apply for a Lifeline program? Is there any online application process, or there are other methods available?
Sure, there's several ways. The initial website, lifeline.org, is where you can go and you can do the application process, and they can, based on approval, send you a phone. For some people, that's kind of an inconvenience. It takes several days to get sometimes the verification, and then to get the phone could take weeks, and it's shipped to you. So here in Las Vegas, you will see a lot of tents in different corners throughout the community that say free phone, free tablet. Those would be a place where you could find the phones and service and tablets.
But then, of course, I myself, I wanted to be with a reliable person like you. I don't want to be there on the tent. No, that's why I invited you. I want them to to make sure that it's an authentic person or somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, they can be dependable. They can rely on. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons. So I did see this where it was a great service, but the way they're communicating the value to the public was kind of off. So reaching out to the seniors as we do, I was like, this would be tremendous value for the senior community, but a lot of them are going to have difficulties getting to these areas. So working with you and some of your team, we actually go into these senior communities and bring the service directly to them. So it's a name that they know. We can answer any of the questions that they have about the service. It's someone they already trust because they're affiliated with Maria. So that's really where this program started to shine for us. And one of the benefits is I know for some of your potential clients, I actually met them in person and delivered the phones directly to them. So it's someone that they know, someone that can take the time to explain the process, the benefits of it, show them how the ins and outs of the basic phone procedures. And it's really phenomenal.
Yeah, I recommend a lot of people, my clients to Matthew, because I know they will be helped and
Yes.
they will be taken care of.
Yes.
Yeah. Matthew, I have another question. I mean, these are like I gathered through some of my clients, you know.
Sure.
So, are there different lifeline service providers to choose from? So and then if so, how can someone select the most suitable provider for their needs?
Sure, that's a phenomenal question. So basically, most major carriers will provide the service. So the company that I work with, for instance, is called Assurance. They use the T-Mobile network. So T-Mobile.
Oh, that's good. I'm a T-Mobile.
Yeah, T-Mobile's a large network.
It is, yeah.
And so the main thing when it comes to a service is basically your coverage, your network. T-Mobile has a very good, reliable network. There are several other companies that will rebrand the Federal Lifeline Program, other names like SafetyLink, for instance. However, you just want to ask, the question you want to ask is who is their service provider, the actual service provider, meaning what cell phone towers do they use, just so you make sure that you have a most reliable network, because it really comes down to being able to make that call, that most important call when you need to make it.
Yeah. So I mean, you brought a sample of the phone, huh?
Yes. So this is just an example of the phone.
Oh, it looks like an iPhone.
It looks like an iPhone.
Yeah.
It is not an iPhone though.
Oh, it's not.
No.
It's fine, but
Yeah, it looks like an iPhone, which is a great thing.
Yeah, it's nice.
Does all the things that iPhones does. So you would qualify for a free Android smartphone.
Okay, got it.
So the thing with this, they can get as feature rich as you like, or you can make it very simple. Some people just want to make calls, receive calls. However, if you want to use this as an introduction into emails, FaceTime or video type messaging, talking internationally, you can do that. It has a wealth of information, including the Google. So if you want to do some research on the phone and you're just entry level getting started with this, it gives you everything that's available.
Wow.
And I know, it's great. And it comes with a charger as well. So all you do is you plug it in, charge it up, and it's ready to go. So you can do a lot of advanced stuff that anyone else could do on a cell phone. However, if you just want to make basic calls to your family here and there or have a phone for emergencies, it's there for that as well.
So actually, you already mentioned that the service, the benefits and the services. So, but then are there any limitations or restrictions that they should be aware of?
Well, the restriction would be you have to have one of those programs, the Medicaid or the EBT, for instance. If it's a husband and wife and you share benefits, only one person, either the husband or the wife, would actually qualify for the free phone with the unlimited service. So basically, it's one for husband and wife. However, if you have roommates or situations where the benefits aren't shared, but you have a same address, then you could do that to have multiple phones in one household.
But different last names or what?
Yeah, different. Well, it could be brother, sister, family members that have the same last name. So what they'll do is they'll ask you a question. If one of your spouse has this service, yes or no. As long as it's not a spouse, like a legal spouse through the marriage system, then you would be able to get a second or third phone.
Oh yeah. Okay. Actually, I don't know if this is what you mentioned. Like, Can you explain the process for certification or getting a phone? Like you mentioned a little bit, but maybe you could expound on it. So how often do Lifeline participants need to recertify their eligibility?
Sure. So basically, the process is very, very simple. You just ask yourself first, do you have Medicaid, EBT, or some type of federal program? Based on that, if you do, then all I would need would be a non-expired ID. And what we do is we have an app on our tablet or phone that we simply input the information on the ID. They'll ask for the last four of your social, and then we hit submit. It goes into the database with Medicaid or the welfare division. It comes back within a matter of minutes, seconds. It says approved, go to the next step. We scan the ID. It generates us a phone number. And then we do a test call to make sure the phone is on and activated, and you're good to go. You get set up with the phone that's working right there on the spot with a brand new phone number. Or if you have an existing phone, but you're paying like $50 a month or $60 a month, you can save that $50, $60 a month. So save about $600 a year, take your existing phone number and move it over to the free service. So it can help you also in communication, but it also can help you save money. So what they'll do, once you get it activated, it's free unlimited service, so unlimited talk, unlimited text messaging, unlimited internet for 1 year. And then every year they have a re-verification process. And simply you can request text as communication, a text message as a communication. And what they'll do is they'll send you a text around your 1 year mark asking if you still have that benefit. So do you still have Medicaid? Are you still involved with EBT? As long as you still have that service, they'll automatically renew it for another year.
Oh, I see. But what if sometimes they were not able to renew it or like disconnected for 1 month? The phone automatically gets disconnected?
Yes. Okay. So the main thing, and this is what we tell everybody and make sure that the only real catch, if any catch, is that you have to use it at least one time a month. So one phone call, one text message, or connected to the internet and use an internet query one time a month. Basically, so they just know that person that still exists, it still has a need for a phone. So the nice thing about that, though, and if you don't make one phone call, one text message, they will disconnect it, or it automatically will disconnect. Now, the good thing about that is that they'll actually send you a text message about 10 days before saying, hey, please make one call. You haven't used a phone. Please make one call or text message by this particular date. And they even go to the next step of sending you a letter. So to your mailing address that's on file. So you have a text message. You also have a letter that says, hey, please use your phone by this date so you don't have an interruption in service. So they give you plenty of time, and again, it's just one phone call or one text message, and then they'll say, thank you, you hit your minimum requirement for usage, continue using your phone.
Got it. So, I mean, well, it's just, you mentioned this a little bit, but are there any additional programs or sources available for Lifeline participants as discounted broadband access or free cell phones?
Yes. So the program itself it basically allows a couple of different things. Now, to keep it really simple on my side, I primarily focus on giving you the free phones, unlimited service. You can, however, if you don't need a cell phone or you don't want the cell phone, but you can still qualify for this particular program. So it's called the Emergency Broadband Program. And if you didn't want a cell phone from us, you can contact your local cable provider or internet provider, I should say. And tell them that you meet the qualifications, which is going to be the same, either Medicaid or EBT as an example, and you would like to apply for the Emergency Broadband Program. What that'll do, that'll give you a monthly discount off of your home internet service. So if you prefer to stay home, you already have a phone that you're comfortable with, but you don't want to miss out on the benefits, you can call your cable provider, internet provider, get that discount applied to your home internet, which can save you a large portion of your bill. And get high-speed internet at home.
Got it. So what should someone do if they encountered issues or have questions regarding the Lifeline service program? Yeah,
well, that's the main thing. So dealing with seniors, as you know, it's very important to start everything off on the right foot, starting everything off, showing that you care. So that's going to be one of the huge benefits from dealing directly with me or someone like me rather than
Yeah.
going out into the tent.
Because they don't know where to find it.
Yeah, exactly. You know where to find me. So what the initial process with that is, and I learned this many years ago when I was a manager at Verizon Wireless, is you take the time up front to kind of educate the customer as far as how to use the phone, the basic stuff. You want to try to troubleshoot any problems before they arise. As one of my mentors said, you want to kill the baby, kill the monster when it's a baby, get in front of it. So what we do is basically would handle the basic questions that they might have on the phone, show them how to use it. A lot of times we'll even put speed dial for their favorite Medicare agent, which is, we'll put a speed dial so she's only one touch of the phone away. And really, I try to address anything that might come up. Some of the common questions that they might ask just about the usage of the phone, I try to address it and make their transition to using this phone as simple as possible. Because I really don't want them to have to go to the next level as far as the customer service. So I feel very confident that I can handle any of their questions or queries myself, rather than when they go out, now they're calling somebody somewhere else trying to get their question answered. The main thing that I would recommend as far as not having any issues with your phone is, the first thing I did when I was qualified for mine during the pandemic is I got a case off of Amazon for about $10, and keep it away from water, keep it away from liquid. So I protected it from drop, anything like that was the only concern I was having. And after that, once a year, once you fulfill your 1 year commitment with the phone, you could qualify for a second phone at no additional cost.
I see. After a
replacement,
year.
an
Okay,
upgrade.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you do lose your phone, so the only other thing that could worry somebody is if you do damage your phone beyond outside of warranty, like liquid damage or severe drop damage. Or if you lost the phone, typically to get a replacement, if it's within your first year, is about $25 for a replacement phone. So the initial cost of the equipment is $0. You get the charger of the phone, everything included, service included. But only $25 if the phone is damaged beyond warranty standards or lost within the first 12 months. So $25, it's not a bad price, right?
Oh yeah, I agree. No, so but then, maybe people want to know, are there any upcoming changes or updates to the Lifeline program that people should be aware of?
Right now, there's no updates. Now, there is a little bit of urgency. Now, it's happened before where they can modify the plan. So once they hit a certain requirement by the federal government, the cell phone companies can kind of change to new customers. So right now is always the best time to get involved with something like this, because you're going to get the maximum that the government requires or allows. Over time, like some of the federal discounts in other areas, they could make modifications which could maybe reduce some of the services. For example, there was a little bit higher discount on your home internet last year. Once they hit the current year, they still offer the discount, but they reduced it a little bit. So, but the people who had the initial program still have their initial program. So if you feel like you're in need for the service, it's definitely now is the best time to get involved, to make sure you get the maximum value of what's available. Got
it. So are there any other important information or advice you would like to share with individuals considering that they are already enrolled in the Lifeline program?
Yeah, so it's kind of a no-brainer. Getting involved with this, it's something that you qualify for. It's your benefits, so might as well take advantage of the maximum of your benefits. It costs you absolutely nothing. It could end up saving you that monthly bill, and I know that's really important for you, especially with the seniors on fixed incomes, is to save as much and maximize their dollar as much as possible. So this is a way that you can have something you already have and reduce your bill or your outgo by up to $600 a year, which could go a long way for other services for the seniors. Some of the companies will also offer a tablet.
There's a tablet.
There is a tablet, yeah. So the option of the service as far as cellular or a tablet, I personally offer the phones. The tablets are pretty cool as well, so that's another option if you wanted to use a tablet. The reason I kind of prefer to go with the phones, it gives you everything. Everything.
They cannot call on the tablet.
Yeah. And it's mobile, so you can have it with you all the time and give you extra security. Where most people with a tablet, they're just going to use it at home. So But that is another service that's available.
Thank you very much for that information, Matthew.
It's my pleasure.
Appreciate you coming and explaining about the Federal Lifeline Program. It's a pleasure. Thank you
you.
very much, and appreciate you being here.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Let's embark on this journey to understand and appreciate the Federal Lifeline Program, recognizing its importance in fostering inclusivity, connectivity, and empowerment for individuals in need. Medicare Part D is a program that provides prescription drug coverage for Medicare beneficiaries. It is a voluntary program available to individuals who are eligible for Medicare, regardless of their income status. Here are some key points to understand about Medicare Part D. Medicare Part D is covered through a private insurance company approved by Medicare. Beneficiaries have the option to enroll in a standalone prescription drug plan called PDP. If you have original Medicare and Part A or Part B, then you can choose a Medicare Advantage Part C that includes prescription drug coverage. Enrollment. Initial enrollment in the Medicare Part D is typically done during the individual's enrollment period. So we call it IEP, Initial Enrollment Period, which is around the time you become eligible for Medicare. Subsequent opportunities for enrollment or making changes to the coverage occurs during the AEP or Annual Enrollment Period, which takes place October 15 to December 7 each year. Next, we have coverage and costs. Medicare Part D plans vary in terms of specific drug covered. Formularies is a list of covered medications, costs, and participating pharmacies. Actually, the plans typically have different tiers or levels of coverage, which determines the cost-sharing amounts like deductibles, co-payments, and co-insurance. That is for different medications. It is important for beneficiaries to review the details of each plan to choose one that suits a specific medication needs and budget. Next, we go to extra help. Individuals with limited income and resources may be eligible for extra help program. Also known as we call this LIS. This program helps cover Part D premiums, deductibles, co-payments, and co-insurance for eligible beneficiaries. So for example, if you have Medicaid, you have to apply for LIS because they will help you pay for your drug coverage. It is designed to provide financial assistance to those who may struggle to afford their prescription medications. So next, we have to go coverage gap or donut hole. Medicare Part D typically have a coverage gap known as donut hole, where beneficiaries had to pay a higher percentage of medication costs out of pocket. However, the coverage gap has been gradually closing due to the reforms, with beneficiaries receiving discounts on brand name and generic drugs while in the gap. Next, we will go to medication formulary. Each part of Part D plan maintains a list of covered medications known as formulary. The formulary specifies which drugs are covered, their tier placement, and any utilization management restrictions such as You need prior authorization or quantity limits. It is important for beneficiaries to check if the prescribed medications are included in the plan's formulary. Part D provides essential prescription drug coverage for Medicare beneficiaries, offering access to a wide variety of medications at varying costs. Understand the available plans, coverage options, and enrollment periods can help beneficiaries inform decision and ensure they have appropriate prescription drug coverage based on their individual needs. It is important to note that the specific tiers and cost-sharing amounts can vary among different Medicare Part D plans. Some plans may have strategies to encourage the use of generic or lower-cost drugs, such as offering co-payments or co-insurance for preferred medications in certain tiers. Understanding the formulary and cost-sharing structure of a specific Medicare Part D plan can help you anticipate and manage prescription during drug cost effectively.
With the many recent changes and focus on immigration law, now more than ever is the time to seek the help you need from an attorney you can trust. As an immigrant myself, I know the many difficulties and hardships involved in immigrating to this great country. With more than 10 years of experience in handling immigration cases, our firm can provide the necessary answers and solutions to your needs. Call Calderon Law today so we can work together to help you get the peace of mind you and your loved ones deserve.
When it comes to managing diabetes, making informed dietary choices is crucial, including considering the type of bread you consume. Remember, managing diabetes involves an overall healthy eating plan which extends beyond bread choices. Regular physical activity, portion control, and medication management also plays a vital role in diabetes management. Here are points to consider regarding eating healthy bread when you have diabetes. Please watch the short video.
When it comes to selecting bread for diabetes, the key is to choose options that are high in fiber, low in carbs, and have a low glycemic index, GI. This is because high fiber and low GI foods can help regulate blood sugar levels, making them ideal for people with diabetes. According to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, consuming high-fiber bread can help improve insulin sensitivity and glycemic control, which is crucial for managing diabetes. One great option is whole grain bread. Whole grains contain all three parts of the grain kernel, the bran, endosperm, and germ, which means they are rich in nutrients and fiber. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that people who consumed more whole grains had a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. This is likely because whole grains can help with weight management and blood sugar control, both of which are important for preventing and managing diabetes. Look for bread that lists whole wheat, whole rye, or another whole grain as the first ingredient on the label. Ezekiel bread, which is made from sprouted grains, is another fantastic choice. The sprouting process breaks down some of the starch in the grains, which can help lower the bread's GI. According to a study in the Journal of Food Science and Technology, sprouted grain breads have a lower glycemic response compared to non-sprouted breads. This means that they may help keep blood sugar levels steady after a meal. Plus, Ezekiel bread is high in fiber and contains various essential nutrients, making it a nutrient-dense option for people with diabetes. Rye bread, especially when made with whole rye flour, is another great option. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that consuming rye bread led to a lower post-meal insulin response than consuming wheat bread. This suggests that rye bread may be a better choice for people with diabetes, as it can help keep insulin levels in check. Additionally, rye bread is typically high in fiber and has a lower GI than many other breads. Flaxseed bread is another excellent choice, as it is rich in fiber, healthy fats, and essential nutrients. Flax seeds are known for their high content of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a type of omega-3 fatty acid that has been shown to have several health benefits, including reducing inflammation and improving heart health. A study published in the journal Nutrition and Metabolism found that consuming flax seeds can help lower blood sugar levels and improve insulin sensitivity, making flaxseed bread a great option for people with diabetes. Sourdough bread, which is made using a natural fermentation process, is another bread that can be suitable for people with diabetes. This is because the fermentation process helps break down some of the starches in the bread, which can lead to a lower GI. A study published in the British Journal of Nutrition found that participants who consumed sourdough bread had a lower blood sugar response compared to those who consumed regular white bread. Additionally, sourdough bread can be easier to digest for some people, thanks to the presence of beneficial bacteria and enzymes created during fermentation. Now that we've covered several excellent bread options for people with diabetes, it's time to reveal our top pick: almond flour bread. This unique bread is made from almond flour, which is simply ground almonds. Almond flour is low in carbs and high in healthy fats, fiber, and essential nutrients like vitamin E and magnesium. Almond flour bread has a low GI, making it an ideal option for those looking to maintain steady blood sugar levels. A study published in the journal Metabolism found that consuming almonds can help improve glycemic control and lower the risk of cardiovascular disease in people with type 2 diabetes. Additionally, a review in the journal Nutrients found that almond consumption can help reduce the glycemic impact of high-carbohydrate foods when consumed together, making almond flour bread a smart choice for pairing with other carb-containing meals or snacks. Another major advantage of almond flour bread is its gluten-free nature. Since it is made without wheat, barley, or rye, almond flour bread is suitable for individuals with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, who may also be managing diabetes. While almond flour bread can be found in some specialty stores or online, it is also easy to make at home with just a few simple ingredients. There are numerous recipes available online that cater to various dietary preferences and restrictions, including vegan, paleo, and keto-friendly versions. The best bread is almond flour bread. This bread is low in carbs, high in healthy fats, fiber, and essential nutrients, and has a low glycemic index, making it ideal for maintaining steady blood sugar levels. Additionally, it is gluten-free, making it suitable for individuals with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, who may also be managing diabetes. But what are the side effects of eating too much bread you'll want to look out for? Is it really damaging your health? We break it all down for you, highlighting the biggest side effects that can come with eating too much bread. You'll end up hungrier. This is where it matters what type of bread you're eating. See, bread is obviously high in carbs, and white bread specifically is high on the glycemic index. One study has found that consuming foods that have a high glycemic index may actually increase hunger and promote overeating, which is not something you want to be doing after eating a lot of bread. You gain weight. Besides the fact that bread can lead to overeating and cravings, which will cause you to pack on more pounds, white bread has been stripped of fiber and nutrients. This means your body breaks them down very quickly, so you're not getting any fiber when the fiber is something you want to eat plenty of because it keeps you fuller longer. Instead, you're just left hungry and then consuming more calories. A vicious cycle. You can get backed up. Another downside of not eating enough fiber is that your digestive system starts to get a little out of whack, and you might end up getting backed up and suffering from constipation. Well, all that bread isn't doing much to help your bowel movements and keep you regular, and there's nothing more uncomfortable than that, right? In conclusion, there are plenty of bread options available for people with diabetes. When making your selection, prioritize breads that are high in fiber, low in carbs, and have a low glycemic index. Whole grain bread, Ezekiel bread, rye bread, flaxseed bread, sourdough bread, and oat bread are all fantastic choices. However, our top recommendation is almond flour bread, thanks to its low GI, nutrient-dense profile, and gluten-free nature.
Now we're here to our Medicare question and answer portion. So this is the first question this is regarding Medicare Part D. How can I determine which Medicare Part D plan offers the most specific medications needs? Yeah, especially considering the variations in premiums, deductibles, co-payment, and co-insurance. Determining which Part D plans offers the most comprehensive coverage for a specific medication needs can be complex task. However, here are some steps you can take to make an informed decision. First, make a list of your medications. Start by creating a comprehensive list of your prescription drugs you are currently taking, including the dosage and frequency. This will help you assess which plans cover your specific medications. Next answer, use the Medicare Plan Finder tool. Try to visit the Medicare website and use the Plan Finder tool, which is www.medicare.gov//find a plan. And well, you can compare the Part D plans available in your area. Enter your medication list, and the tool will generate all the list of plans that covers your drugs along with their estimated costs. Next, try to review the plan details. Evaluate the plan options that cover your medications and consider the numerous factors such as monthly premiums, deductibles, co-payments, and co-insurance. Pay attention to coverage limits, preferred pharmacies, and any restrictions or requirements imposed by the plan. Don't forget, compare the total cost. Look beyond the premiums alone and consider the total cost over the course of the year. Calculate the sum of premiums, deductibles, co-payments, and co-insurance to get the estimate of your annual out-of-pocket expenses. Next is consider the pharmacy network. Check if your preferred pharmacy are in the plan's network. Using preferred pharmacies may result to a lower cost. Also consider mail order options if available, as they are sometimes offering great savings. And thus, evaluate formulary tiers because the prescription have tiers. So examine the formulary tiers of each plan. Some plans may place your medication in a higher cost tiers requiring larger co-payments or co-insurance. Compare the tier placement across different plans to access the potential costs. Okay? And lastly, seek assistance. Help is everywhere. Consult with a licensed insurance agent or a Medicare representative, or can provide personalized guidance based on specific needs and circumstances. I can help you understand plan details, clarify any doubts, and assist you finding the most suitable coverage. Remember to review your Part D plan annually during the annual enrollment period, October 15 to December 7, as a plan offering and your medication needs may change over time. Taking the time to research and compare different Medicare Part D plans will help you find the plan that offers comprehensive coverage for a specific medication needs while considering variations in different premiums, deductibles, and co-payments and co-insurance. Next question. How does a Medicare Part D coverage interact with other types of insurance programs such as employer-sponsored plans, retiree coverage, or Medicaid? Are there any potential pitfalls to be aware of? Medicare Part D coverage can interact with other types of insurance programs, and it's important to understand how these interactions work. Here is a general overview of how Medicare Part D may interact with employer-sponsored plans, retiree coverage, and Medicaid, along with other potential pitfalls to be aware of. First, the employer-sponsored plans. Well, there's what we call coordination of benefits. If you have employer-sponsored health coverage that includes prescription drug benefits, the coordination of benefits will determine which plan is primary and which plan is secondary. In most cases, Medicare Part D becomes the primary payer for prescription drug once you become eligible for Medicare, and the employer-sponsored plan becomes secondary. So, credible coverage. Some employer have sponsored plans may offer prescription drug that is considered credible under Medicare guidelines. If your employer-sponsored plan drug coverage is credible, meaning it is expected to provide coverage at least as good as Medicare standard Part D coverage, you can delay enrolling in Part D without facing penalties when you eventually do enroll. Well, here's a pitfall, just be aware. You have to do a timely enrollment. It is important to enroll in Medicare Part D when you are first eligible to avoid any late penalties, even if you have employer-sponsored coverage. Delaying enrollment without credible coverage can lead you to penalties if you decide later to enroll in Part D. Employer-sponsored coverage. This is employer retiree coverage. Some retirees may have access to the prescription drug coverage through their former employer as part of the retiree health benefits. Retiree coverage can work alongside with Medicare Part D, either as a secondary payer or a primary coverage for your prescription drugs, depending on the specific plan design. However, please be aware, there are plan rules and limitations. Retiree coverage may have different formularies, cost-sharing structures, and restriction compared to Medicare Part D plans. It's crucial to understand the details of your retiree coverage to determine how it complements with or interacts with your Medicare Part D. Here's an example. I know somebody who retired from his federal job. He only relied on his Medicare Part A and his health insurance from work. He had diabetes, and the insulin became very expensive with his health insurance coverage. Well, I helped him apply for Part B, but it took a year before Medicare sent him his card. He incurred penalties for the years he didn't enroll in Part B and Part D. So when you're eligible, please don't be cheap in enrolling Part B as well, because we don't know when is our health going to fail. Okay? Well, this is about Medicaid. If you have Medicare and Medicaid, you are called dual eligible. So dual eligibility, if you are eligible for both Medicare and Medicaid, just like I said, that's called dual eligibility or dual eligible. You are automatically qualified for extra assistance known as LIS or low income subsidy or extra help program. This program helps cover Part D premiums, deductibles, co-payments, and co-insurance. If you enrolled in a Medicare Part D plan with the assistance automatically applied. So here's the thing, here's a pitfall. Plan changes. If you have both Medicare and Medicaid, your Plan D may change each year it's essential to review the plan details during the annual enrollment period to ensure your medications are covered and that the plan meets your needs. It is important to note that the interaction between Medicare Part D and other insurance programs can be complex and vary based on individual circumstances and plan designs. It is advisable to consult a knowledgeable Medicare representative to understand how these interactions usually apply to your situation, as they can provide personalized guidance and help navigate potential pitfalls. Going to our third question. Can you explain the different tiers and cost-sharing structures within Medicare Part D plans? How do these tiers affect the pricing of prescription drugs? Well, Medicare Part D plans typically utilize tiered formularies and cost-sharing structures to categorize the price prescription drugs. Well, here's the explanation on how these tiers and cost-sharing structures work. Let's go to tiered formularies. Medicare Part D plans categorize prescription drugs into different tiers, usually ranging from Tier 1 to Tier 6 or even more. Each tier represents a different level of cost sharing and pricing for drugs. Tier 1, generally considered generic drugs, which tend to have the lowest copay or co-insurance. In fact, Tier 1 is 0. Okay. As you move up to tiers, the drug becomes more expensive with higher copays or co-insurance. Specialty or higher cost medications often fall into higher tiers. Please understand. Cost sharing structure. Actually, cost sharing refers to the portion of the drug's cost that you, as the beneficiary, are responsible for paying. The cost-sharing structure includes co-payment and co-insurance. Well, co-payment are fixed amounts you pay for each prescription, while co-insurance is a percentage of drugs costs that you are responsible for. So let's go to impact on pricing. The tiered formularies and cost-sharing structures in Medicare Part D plans affect the pricing of prescription drugs in few ways. Generally, drugs in lower tiers such as Tier 1 or Tier 2 have lower co-payments or co-insurance, as I described earlier, making these drugs more affordable. As you move up to the tiers, drug becomes more expensive, requiring higher co-pays or co-insurance. Specialty or higher drugs, often in higher tiers, tend to be more expensive or has significant cost-sharing responsibilities. Thank you for joining me today on this insightful show focused on Medicare Part D. It has been an honor to have Matthew Lawson, a dedicated individual who helps people with the Federal Lifeline Program, as my guest today. Matthew has provided invaluable insights into the program, its benefits, and the support available for Federal Lifeline eligible individuals. His expertise and commitment to assisting others in accessing essential services such as discounted phone services and broadband access are truly commendable. I would like to extend my gratitude to Matthew for sharing his knowledge and offering guidance to those seeking assistance with the Lifeline program. Well, if you have any further questions or need support, we encourage you to reach out to Matthew Lawson, who will be more than happy to help you navigate the program successfully. Thank you once again to Matthew for being with us today and making a positive impact on the lives of those in need. Remember, if you have further questions or need more information about Medicare Part D or any other Medicare-related topics, don't hesitate to reach out to me as your licensed insurance agent. Stay informed, take control of your healthcare decisions, and remember that knowledge is power when it comes to managing your Medicare coverage. Join me again for the next time as we continue to explore the essential topics impacting your healthcare landscape. I would like to send my love, hugs, and kisses to my clients. And to those who are looking for a dependable agent, I am here to be of service to you. Take care of your health. That's the only one you've got. This is Maria Garcia of Maria Cares, signing off for now. And until next time, take care and be well. Let's join hands to a better health.